Burdon.
And I'm Jim Codrington. We're here at the First Church of Deliverance to renovate a small memorial room.
Sounds straightforward? Not so. We have to have it finished by Sunday service, and that's only 48 hours away.
It's divine. Restoration. It's divine.
Oh, what an inspiration.
We're gonna make this work.
And repair our church.
It's divine restoration.
Hi, I'm Catherine Burdon in Chicago. The Windy City, it's also known as the City of Music. And the First Church of Deliverance here on Wabash Avenue in the neighborhood of Bronzeville is the First Church of Gospel Music. The church choir sings out every Sunday and the whole service is broadcast. The very first radio broadcast was in 1934. In fact, this is a church of firsts. The very first African-American architect in the state of Illinois designed this church, Mr. W.T. Bailey. But before we go inside, I want to tell you, this isn't the church with you hold your hands in your lap and just kind of sing. It's a church that's filled with joy and fellowship that comes straight from the heart.
Catherine, I thought we were in Chicago to work on church restoration.
We are. This is where the bishop of the First Church of Deliverance meets new members, and it's a prayer and memorial room.
Oh, memorial room. That's unique. Well, there's a lot we could do to make this room look as important as it is.
There is, and when we're through with it, it's going to be just as divine as the gospel music that's broadcast at this famous church every week.
This room needs help. With out-of-date paneling and harsh fluorescent light, the memorial room looks more like a coat check. It's in need of a divine restoration.
And I'm so glad you all picked our church.
This room is dedicated to the memory of Reverend Mattie B. Thornton.
And I'm just amazed at how they can do so much work in so quick a time.
All of these?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get it done. We're gonna help you. This is very, very old. We gotta take this and put this somewhere real special, okay?
Real special.
Okay?
We did it. Oh, we're finished now.
Bishop Otto T. Houston has joined us in the memorial room to review the renovation plans.
Well, there's a whole lot of work to be done in here, so we had to get started. I hope you don't mind.
No, but you're gonna need a lot of help for 48 hours from above and everywhere else.
Tell you what we're doing. We thought we'd use a really unique fabric treatment on the walls to cover this kind of dated wood paneling. And we'll cover up that pipe in the corner as well.
And you know, the altar was originally here. We're going to slide it over to this area, and in doing so, we're going to extend the wall out, put a couple of wall sconces there, and it's going to really frame up the altar nicely.
And then what we thought we'd do here is blow out this wall and put in glass doors, floor to ceiling and wall to wall, so that we can really showcase the museum.
When we come back in here, we won't know this room.
That is our aim. Church members are also volunteering their professional skills, including contractor Zolly McPherson. As I understand it, some of your family's actually here working, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. My brother's working here now today. I have 2 nephews downstairs working. My daughter will be here later.
I got it.
And we're all gonna work together to get the project done.
Good, it's a family affair.
Family affair.
Beautiful. Well, I know that you got stuff to do and I gotta actually get going as well.
Okay.
So I'll let you work.
Absolutely.
We're going to close the entire window open.
Right, just take the edge of the seal off here and then we're gonna install the wall that goes directly across.
Okay.
Semi-plush, purple, deep purple carpeting for this room here. Okay. No commercial. And we need it today.
This church has been breaking new ground since the 1930s. Music is a big part of that history, but so is the woman the memorial room is dedicated to, Mattie B. Thornton.
It started May 8th, 1929 by Reverend Clarence H. Cobbs, and it started with just a handful of people. And one of the persons that really stood out in the small membership was a lady by the name of Mattie Thornton. And she kind of grew favor with everybody. So they called her the little missionary, and she became the assistant pastor of the church. And so when they moved in this facility, well, they took that room and it was her office. So what we're doing now became a memorial room upon her passing. So we just kind of want to dedicate that to her because she was a really, really nice lady.
And you're famous here for your choir.
For the music,
For
yes.
the music.
A lot of music that came from here in the hymn books. And early gospel started here also.
Right, and your services have been broadcast here, and the first one being in 1934.
We've been on the air continuously for 69 years, I believe.
Now you have to tell me the sanctuary here is predominantly green. There's a lot of green. It's all over. Every direction that you look is green. Tell me about that.
Right, represents prosperity, and this is a prosperous church. It's called the First Church of Deliverance. And if you come in this church and you're unfortunate, you're living in an unfortunate situation, if you're here at any time and you don't prosper, something is wrong with you. Everybody that comes in this church should prosper. You're blessed just by walking in these doors.
Wow, that sounds good.
We have a saying, every time I turn around, I get a blessing.
That's right, that's nice.
Finally, construction is well underway. On one side of this tight space, the guys are building the new wall, while I'm on the other side enlarging the space for the new glass doors.
All along here.
Okay, here's our first big problem, a vent stack. And we've got plumbing running all along here. The idea was we were gonna open up this whole space. Now I'm pretty sure we can cap off this plumbing, but plumbing code prohibits us from touching this vent pipe, so I better get Zolly, because this could really put us behind schedule.
We're on Chicago's south side at First Church of Deliverance, where we're renovating a memorial room. We've got the space cleaned out and the renovation started, but we've run into our first problem.
What do you got, Jim?
Take a look at that, Zolly.
Wow. I think we have a problem, Jim.
Yeah.
This is a main soil stack serving the first and second floor.
Okay.
And this one here is serving the first floor. So
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do about that. What we can do probably is just shorten the window wall about 24 inches.
Okay, good.
All right.
Now there's more.
Uh-oh.
Take a look down here.
Well, this is a small problem here. We can handle this. What we can do is cap these pipes off here, about 4 inches from the ground here.
Okay.
And put in a track here, and we'll try to keep it 4 inches. So you get the full appearance of the wall, floor to ceiling here.
Good.
All right?
So no big problem.
No big problem at all.
Good. I'll get back to work then.
Okay.
Look at all that. It's a repository for adhesives. Let's hope the guy that left these behind isn't behind this other part here. And the walls came tumbling down.
We've got our work cut out for us. So let's start getting all of the photos of Reverend Maddie together. And the rest of the photos, let's just put them in piles here, get some order.
This photo is Reverend Maddie Thorne walking with the founder, which is Pastor Clarence H. Cobbs. This is the founder. And you know, it's so amazing that women can walk with men back during that time. Yes.
Mother Maddie was a meticulous lady. Her hands were always manicured. Her hair was always explicitly done. I mean, and anybody that knew her knew that that was just her glow.
When Reverend Clarence H. Cobbs ordained her as the first woman, during that time, a lot of the churches didn't accept women ministers being ordained during that time, during the 20s and 30s. So if she wasn't accepted, then Reverend Clarence H. Cobb felt that he wouldn't accept it either, because they walked together as a team. They walked together as one. And she opened up a lot of doors for the women all the way up to date. Even though she's gone to be with the Lord in 1964, she left here. She carries such authority and such elegance. And you know, it's like God just worked all the way through this woman. And it gave a lot of hope and a lot of leadership to show women today how doors was opened up, because the men started accepting her as who she was, as not just an ordained minister, but as a great woman, a great leader
In this church.
In this church.
We really need to have this memorial for her.
Yes.
Really done in a special way to
Yes.
commemorate
Yes.
her life and all of the wonderful things that she
Yes,
did. It obviously
yes.
has a lot of meaning to probably not only you,
Yes.
but a lot of other people in the church as well.
Yes, she did.
Look at the number. These These photos are incredible here with the number of people you can see here in the church.
Yeah, this was at a
Unbelievable.
convention. And when my mother was a child, from 43rd all the way to 55th Street, in the summertime, the people would have their windows open, and it's all you could hear was First Church of Deliverance.
From everyone having their radios on all the way down the street.
You would never miss a beat of nothing that went on through the broadcast.
This room is going to be an incredible memorial for this amazing woman. Thanks for sharing your stories with me.
Thank you for being here.
And put Reverend Maddie before it on top so everybody can see how gorgeous she looks.
Okay, here it comes. It's not easy to find out where this pipe originates.
Jim, what's up?
Oh man, we got pipes here. I don't know, they could be hot water, they could be cold water, they could be steam, but worst of all, it might even be gas. Yeah, this could really mess up our floor-to-ceiling windows.
Well, how long is it going to take to figure this out?
I don't know, we're working on it now. As soon as we get it figured, then we'll know how we can proceed.
Tina Smith has volunteered her design skills to deal with the old paneling.
I think that we can kind of camouflage some of the lines with some of the pictures that we're going to put up. And once we get them up there, it'll still give us that textured effect and it'll give us a nice smooth finish.
You're going to have either the panel effect and plus the lines behind the wall covering, which is going to pull everything together. With or without pictures, the room's still going to look nice.
I think we'll have a deal. All right.
All right.
Hey, Catherine.
Oh, hey.
Remember that mess of pipes in the room?
Uh-huh.
And there was that one pipe we weren't sure whether it was a gas pipe or not?
Yeah.
Turns out it's just a water pipe. We can cap it and move on.
All right, good.
Life is good. Now that the pipe problem has been solved, it's time to build the new frame for the glass doors. We've got just over a day left to finish this room.
We had a lot of plumbing issues here. We got those items resolved, terminated the piping.
I like that noise, though.
Oh, yeah. Do that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Catherine, did you know that the Deliverance Choir has performed overseas and is broadcast nationally?
Yeah, you know, everyone I talk to here tells me about the music.
Yeah, it's great. And in fact, the choir's practicing downstairs.
10 minutes.
Thank you. All right, Jim, here it comes. We got the drywall for that space. Any particular reason we're using the moisture-resistant drywall?
Yeah, since we're covering this opening here,
Yeah.
our concern is getting condensation, vapor trapped behind the sink.
Perfect.
The family of Reverend Eric Thomas, the church organist, has been attending First Church of Deliverance for 4 generations.
Beautiful. You'll have to show me what all of those petals are for later.
Sure.
It looks
confusing. It is confusing.
How long have you been playing for?
Since I was 3, I'm 30 plus now, and it's been quite a while.
Yeah? Do you come from a long line of organists?
Yes, I do. Actually, my grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, uncles, older brothers who played, and here I am.
So it's a fate that couldn't escape you.
Not escaping at all.
Tell me about the services here.
Quite an experience. I would say this is one of the churches who has been consistent with the type of services that we've been known for it to have. Exciting, yet very spiritual, and it's just a wonderful time anytime you come here.
Were there any mainstream artists that came through here that later on?
Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah.
Nat King Cole.
Wow.
Actually, who recorded with this choir here.
Really?
Great choir. Yes, they did a recording together.
Do you get to travel with the choir?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I
good
better.
for you.
No, it's a great move. I love going with them, and whenever they go, I'm privileged that they ask me to go along with them.
That's nice. Well, you have a good relationship with them.
We groove.
So, yeah, you totally
We
groove
groove
together.
yes.
Excellent, Eric. Thank you.
This is no good. Things are moving way too slowly here in the museum room. So far, we've got some electricals roughed in. We've got a box for the track lighting there, but there's nothing covering the ceiling, nothing covering the walls, nothing covering the floor. Will somebody please cover me? It's day 2. We're building a memorial room at First Church of Deliverance. The volunteers have almost covered the walls, and now it's time to focus on the new electrical work. Trying to keep the place tidy.
Take a look at the progress we've made here. Old paneling, nice new wall. What we've done is we've used a grass cloth on the wall. It comes in a number of colors, different textures, and because it's got a paper back, you have to apply this to the wall with adhesive. And it's a great covering for paneling. Because of the texture, you don't see the rips and ripples of the paneling underneath. It's a great solution when you're pressed for time. Tina has come up with a great idea to cover the walls and add a bit of luxury.
What we decided to do was go with a 1-inch pleat. And as an example, if you have, as you were sharing with me,
you could use a toy like this if you don't have a tape measure.
Right. So with our toy, we've considered about a 1-inch pleat. We want to make sure we just use about 6 inches of the fabric, fold it, and there's our pleat.
Very nice.
Beautifully lined up.
Now how do we handle this last piece here? Because we've got a raw edge.
Yeah, once we have the selvage edge in place, we're going to take our next piece of fabric, we're going to put a nice fold on it.
Okay, so a bigger, thick fold.
Yes, a nice thicker fold. Once that's in place, and you can grab the staple gun. We staple it down.
Okay, now do you have to match it up with the edge of the previous one? Or
it's best to line it up and make sure that your selvage edge is covered.
Okay.
And then you can staple.
Staple, okay. Because we can't staple over the previous staple.
Right. Great.
Okay.
Nice line.
That's what I call dustpan. Okay, so our acoustic tiles arrived, so we were able to proceed on to lighting. We've installed these fluorescent fixtures for a general fill, and then over here we've got these cool pot lights, which unlike your standard pot lights, actually protrude a little bit so that you can position them to accent articles on the wall. So we've cut our hole, wired it up, we just have to push it into place. Good. Now I can position that any way I like. Now all I need is a light bulb. Got an update for you. The good news is the wall covering's up and it looks great, and the grid's been painted. Now the bad news is we're still waiting on the acoustic tiles and the light fixtures. Well, I'm happy to announce we're making some progress here in the museum room. We got this lovely plush carpet here. We've got luxurious velvet curtains here, and we've got our chandelier installed. We can't stop now. We gotta keep moving.
We're gonna hide the staples by turning it around. These curtains are really an elegant design solution. We're gonna take care of these edges here by stapling them into the paneling.
And that would give us...
Take a look at the solution we've done on the ceiling. We have a different fabric, taffeta, and we've cut it into strips, and we're just stapling it to the ceiling. It covers up this mess, and most of all, it's quick and easy.
Hey, Catherine, we got the pot lights installed, and I found the track lights, but have you seen the scuds?
I just got off the phone with the supplier,
Yeah?
and they're out of stock.
Oh, man. Well, can't we just get different ones?
Well, we picked those out because of the style of the room.
Right.
You know, it's not
Okay.
just any sconce.
Right, I know, it's gotta work in the room.
Well, I'm just gonna have to make some calls and see what I can come up with.
Okay, we needed these hours ago.
I know. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do.
Work your magic. I know you can do it.
It's now Sunday morning and the church members are arriving for service. There are 1,500 people who attend this church, and all of them are looking forward to seeing the renovated memorial room. The work was completed just in time, and we've only got a few minutes left for finishing touches.
Well, what a relief that all the lighting finally came in.
I can't wait to show this room to the congregation. Volunteers did a great job.
They did, let's go.
Following this service, you will be able to see the restoration of the Reverend Clarence H. Cobb's and Nanny B. Thornton Memorial Room. Amen? Amen.
It's amazing the amount of work that the dedicated volunteers completed in just 48 hours. This space feels completely revitalized. The congregation can view restored photos of their history from their new bench-style sofa. The covered walls, along with the light sconces, add warmth and frame the altar. Reverend Mattie Thornton's cleaned and pressed robes, along with the memorabilia, are a nice finish to this room.
And I'm in anticipation, trying not to peek. I just can't,
Oh, wow.
This is divine.
Never thought of this room.
Oh, my
You would never thought of this room.
Nice.
Oh, no. Look back there.
The man of the hour, Zolly.
Extra. Isn't this wonderful? No, isn't it? Look at the furniture and the rug. From the same building. Oh, I see a picture of me down there. Young picture.
It's beautiful.
From the bottom.
Can you even remember the condition of this room?
I literally cannot. Look at it. It's calm, serene, a perfect place for prayer and reflection.
Well, let's enjoy the tranquility now because I can hear our next divine restoration calling.
Yes, indeed.